Operant conditioning. When a behavior has a positive result, the action is more likely to be repeated in the future. However, if the activities have a negative impact, the habit will be less likely to occur. Reinforced action will be strengthened and more likely to occur again in the future with the help of reinforcement.
The difference between classical conditioning and operant conditioning. In classical conditioning, it entails linking an involuntary response to a stimulus or previously occurring event, while in the operant conditioning, it entails linking a voluntary activity to a consequence or reward. The learner in the classical conditioning is passive, while in the operant conditioning must actively participate or exhibit some type of activity to be punished or rewarded.
What are the four types of operant conditioning? The main types of operant conditionings are the positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, positive and negative punishment. As you can see, reinforcement can either be positive or negative. Both increase the chances of behavior continuing. Positive reinforces include rewards, attention, foods, gifts, or others. Negative reinforces usually involve the removal of an undesired or unpleasant outcome. This is usually rewarding since it decreases something that is unpleasant from being experienced. Positive punishment is when unfavorable events or outcomes given after behavior. Negative punishment is when a desired outcome is removed after behavior.
No understanding about the operant conditioning, it is a method of learning that employs rewards and punishments for a behavior. Through operant conditioning, an association is made between a behavior and a consequence.
My understanding about operant conditioning is that it tries to negate the belief that internal thoughts and mere motivations would bring about learning behavior.
Learning a shifting process in which a human behave or act in whether they get punished or rewarded.
Understanding about the operant conditioning theory by V.F. Skinner is that it revolves around reinforcement, which employs reward and punishment for the behavior to facilitate learning. This basically shows how external consequences influence people's behavior more than internal consequences.
My understanding about the operant condition is it usually occurs after the response, which often causes the behavior of each organism.